I want to introduce our Chamber Executive Committee, our board, our directors at large, and our advisors. We are proud to be serving the business community for over 25 years, and we work closely with our sister chambers and associations. On behalf of IACCGH, we thank our partner organizations who help promote our events, our community partners, and our media partners. We want to thank our long-term sponsors whose support helps us to continue to serve our community: Brask Inc., St. Luke's Health, Wallace Bank, and AV Diamonds. We thank and recognize Shell for sponsoring the Distinguished Lecture Series and the Women Mean Business Series. I would now like to invite Rajiv Bhavsar, the President of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce and Chairman of our board, to welcome you. Rajiv has been working with Wallace Bank as the first Senior Vice President and Commercial Lending Officer since 2011. Before that, he was branch manager at United Central Bank. He's been involved in volunteering for non-profit institutions, has been on the board of many of them, including India Culture Center, International Hindi Association, the Indian Muslim Association of Greater Houston, and the Greater Houston Retail Association. I now welcome Rajiv Bhavsar to make the welcome remarks.
Good evening. What an honor, Mr. Honorable Sylvester Turner, City of Houston Mayor, Honorable Consul General, Houston, Honorable Judge K.P. George, Tim Jeffcourt, and Honorable Richard Hübner. Good evening. Tonight we gather in the spirit of love, laughter, and unity. May this festivity magic surrounded us as we share this special time together. Let's revel in this joy of season, cherish the company of friends and family, and create memories that will last for a lifetime. I really like to thank each and every one of you. As I always say, you have a choice to be somewhere else, but you have decided to come and join with us to celebrate a special day and honors our Honorable Mayor, District Director Tim Jeffcourt, and Richard Hübner. Mayor, we really do appreciate your contribution to our city of Houston for past many years, what you have given it to us, our H-Town. We also like to thank Tim Jeffcourt, SBA District Director, for his contribution for the small business, and we have seen the number this afternoon, how the Houston has grown in last 8 years. So we do appreciate each and everyone for their contribution for the city of Houston. Again, on behalf of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, we like to welcome for this special day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rajiv. It's my honor to welcome our chief guest, Consul General D.C. Manjunath, a career diplomat who joined the Indian Foreign Service in 2004. In the span of close to 20 years in his career, he has worked in Indian missions abroad in Moscow, Astana, Colombia, and at the Permanent Mission of India and the United Nations in New York. At headquarters in Delhi, he served as Officer on Special Duty to External Affairs Minister and Director in UN Political and American Divisions. Since July 2021, he served as Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, heading the Establishment Division and Rapid Response Cell, and currently heading the Global Estate Management Division. He is a mechanical engineering graduate from the College of Engineering in Chennai. Prior to joining the service, he briefly worked in TVS Motors, Hosur, and was a non-matrix student at Jawaharlal Nehru University for a short time. He's married to Mrs. Arpana Manjunath. Give her a round of applause for the support she gives us. Who is an educator, and they have two sons, aged 16 and 13. The Consul General of India, the first citizen of India in Houston, D.C. Manjunath.
Thank you, Jagdeep ji. I think by the time in few months or so, I will, by heart, I will know my Thank you for Honorable Mayor Sylvester Turner, Honorable County Judge K.P. George, President IACCGH Rajiv ji, and Executive Director Jagdeep ji, and other distinguished guests, friends, and ladies and gentlemen, very good evening and season's greetings. It's an honor to be with you today, as this event is not only a celebration of togetherness, but also an occasion to honor some remarkable individuals who have played pivotal roles in our community here. First and foremost, a warm welcome to each one of you present here. Your presence reflects the strength and vibrance of the Indian American business community and the local larger business community in Houston, and the beauty of the diversity this city represents. As we gather to celebrate, I would just like to recall that robust India-US ties that have flourished, bringing about mutual benefits and fostering economic growth on both sides. This year saw successful visits of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to the US in June 2023 and the visit of POTUS to India in September 2023, reaffirming the importance of the India-US Comprehensive Global Strategic Partnership. Mr. Mayor, it is a privilege to honor you today, a true friend of India. The Mayor has consistently shown his support by actively participating in various events and national days, extending his unwavering assistance to the Indian community when needed. His visit to India in November 2018, leading a trade mission to New Delhi and Mumbai, underscores the importance of fostering innovation opportunities between Houston and India. I would like to convey our best wishes for Honorable Mayor's future endeavors, and we look forward to continuing the good cooperation with you, Mr. Mayor. I also know that we are bidding farewell and expressing our gratitude to the retiring SBA District Director Tim Jeffcoat and former HMSDC President Richard Dick Huber. Their dedicated service has left a lasting impact on our business community, and we wish them all in their future endeavors. The Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston plays a pivotal role in deepening Indo-US trade and economic relations. Through its strategic initiatives and collaborative efforts, the Chamber continues to be a driving force in fostering business ties between our nations. As in the previous years, the Consulate was happy to collaborate with the Chamber, working together the whole year, doing many events, focusing on the next gen and other various events. Thank you for your support and partnership, and we look forward to continue these collaborative, successful initiatives that we undertake between each other. As friends, as we celebrate tonight, let us reflect upon the accomplishments of the past year and look forward to a future filled with prosperity, collaboration, and continued growth for all of us. Thank you, and the festive season begins here.
Thank you very much. We will invite you back, sir, when we present the mementos.
Thank you.
Can I now invite Sanjay Rambhadran, past president of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce? I've got his bio, because if we are introducing everybody else, I think we need to introduce Sanjay. I do have a bio for you, Sanjay. Sanjay, okay.
I've accomplished the impossible. I've gotten Jagdeep to hand the mic over to me. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sanjay Rambhadran. I'm here to sing praises of Mayor Turner, but before I do that, I want to recognize State Representative Jean Wu, who has joined us this evening. Welcome back from Austin, from the 4th special session, I guess, and Jay Guerrero from Senator John Cornyn's office as well. We also have Milton Rahman, the Harris County engineer, joining us this evening. So, where do you start when you want to talk about Mayor Turner? So we've seen his tremendous success in his legal career at the state legislature and now for the past 8 years at Houston City Hall, but he has never forgotten his roots. He still stays in the 4-4 acres homes, and he has always put Houston first. When it comes to pension reform, elusive pension reform, he put the financial future of Houston first. When it comes to climate action plans, he put the entire future of Houston and it being the energy capital of the world first. When it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, he has put all Houstonians first. And when it came to asking for a paradigm shift in transportation, he put the mobility of all Houstonians first. So this and so many other initiatives will continue to pay dividends for decades to come. And frankly, Houstonians will come to appreciate what these mean for generations to come. On a personal note of privilege, I want to thank you, Mayor, for the trust and confidence you have shown in me, and it's been an absolute honor and privilege of a lifetime to serve you, the City of Houston, and Metro. I think we were taking stock. During his tenure as mayor, he has attended every single gala of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston. Sometimes coming directly from an airport, from a trip overseas, and sometimes delaying trips overseas just to be at the gala. And as the Consul General mentioned, taking a trade mission to India. So, whether it's during the good times, during the Super Bowl, global conferences in Houston, the booming economy in Houston, hosting the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Houston, or celebrating the world champion Astros, or during the tough times, a pandemic, Hurricane Harvey, winter storms, 7 federally declared disasters, you could always count on Sylvester Turner for his steady, visionary leadership, for being a champion for all Houstonians, and for always putting Houston first. So, from the 4-4, via the University of Houston, Harvard Law, the Texas State Legislature, and now in his 8th year as the mayor of the City of Houston, our friend today and our friend for many years and decades to come,
Forever.
Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Look, let me just start. Thank you, Sanjay. Very, very gracious remarks. Very gracious. Yeah, you almost make it difficult for a person to leave. But thank you so very, very much. And to the Consul General, we were sitting there joking. You know, Consul General D.C. Imagine. You know, so thank you. It's an honor. We have one of the best consular corps anywhere in the United States. So thank you so very much, and I appreciate the relationship between India and the United States, and specifically Houston. To County Judge K.P. George, you know, we've had the privilege of working very closely with one another over the last several years through some tough and difficult times. So I appreciate the collaboration between the two of us, between Houston and Fort Bend, and your leadership. So thank you so very, very much. I'll miss working with you in my position, but the relationship doesn't end. To Ted and Dick, and to State Representative Gene Wu back there, certainly want to acknowledge him. To President of the Board, Rajiv, thank you for your friendship, the entire board, the volunteers. Jagdeep, what can I say? We have traveled the globe together, and you've just been an incredible, incredible supporter and friend. Look, let me just say this. Thank you all for the comments that have been said, for the relationship over the last 8 years. What an incredible 8 years it has been. We have heightened and enhanced the relationship between India and the United States, specifically the city of Houston. We have illuminated City Hall in the colors of India to show our support and collaboration. We've traveled the globe in 2018. Had the privilege of going to India with a large delegation. We learned a great deal. My regret is that time is not permitting me as mayor to go back again as mayor with the delegation, but I am sure there will be many, many more trips between Houston and India. And in large part because of those continuing relationships. The trade relationship with India has doubled in the last 10 years. And now, well, one time when I was mayor, India was our 12th largest trading relationship. That number went down to 11, to 10, to 8, and now it's our 7th largest trade relationship with more than $15 billion in trade. And I do want to, when I'm talking about these national and global relationships, I do want to acknowledge Jay with Senator Cornyn. Jay and I have been together pretty much several times today. But I want to certainly, and that was one of the best trade trips that I have had the privilege of going on as mayor. That was in 2018. And then, of course, in 2019, when Prime Minister Modi came to the city of Houston, had a chance to talk with him, and then I think that was one of the largest, if not the largest, outdoor celebrations that we've had for any of our world dignitaries, and that was right here in the city of Houston. As Sanjay said, we have gone through a lot, and we have come through a lot. I was telling a reporter today, when he was saying, Mayor, what has been your greatest challenge and what has been your greatest success? And what I said to him is that the greatest challenge has been to endure and come through and manage 7 federally declared disasters, from storms to COVID, you name it. Those have been some of the greatest challenges. Some of the greatest successes is having gone through and managing 7 federally declared disasters. And what I mean by that, storms will come. Situations will come that you simply have not planned for or did not anticipate. The question is, when they come, and they will invariably come, how will you respond to them, and how will you deal with them and then move forward? Collectively, and I put the emphasis on the we, not me as mayor, collectively, with the brilliance in our city, the talent in our city, the diversity in our city, the chamber, collectively, we have gone through probably more storms and disasters than any other city. And yet and still, Houston remains competitively, globally. We have not missed a step, and we are still moving forward. And so when it comes to energy transition, we're still at the top of the heap. When it comes to the port, we're still #1 in the United States. When it comes to life sciences, we're still #1 in the whole world. When it comes to innovation and startups and technology, where one time we were like number 30, now we're clearly within the top 10, all while dealing with 7 federally declared disasters. And it speaks to the fact that diversity is our strength. And when we are inclusive, the city of Houston is unstoppable. So let me thank you for an incredible ride. Someone asked, are you ready? Are you in a hurry to leave? Quite frankly, I said no. I'm not in a hurry to leave. But I had a speech teacher that said, when I was coming through, and the speech teacher said to all of her students, learn to cut off the speech while people still want to hear more. And the reality is, even in public service, you learn that when that time comes, you stop and you move on when there's still some people who would love for you to stay. And so to all of you, to the chamber, thank you, thank you, thank you for an incredible journey. But the best for this city and for the relationship between India and Houston, the best has yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Sanjay and Rajiv, please join me. Council General, Judge George. Another elephant to add to your. Ashok, I need a diagram. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce Tim Jeffcoat. As Director of the U.S. Small Business Administration in Houston, Tim oversees SBA programs and services in Houston and the surrounding 32 counties of Texas. For almost 14 years, Tim has been with the SBA. His career has been in private sector leadership roles in international business, marketing, and business development. Tim's career has required international assignments and global responsibilities. He was previously the president of Competitive Edge Company, and in his spare time has completed 4 iron distance triathlons and he escaped from Alcatraz Triathlon and teaches graduate classes in economics, marketing, and other subjects. Tim is a graduate from Auburn University with a Master of Business Administration degree, a Bachelor of Science degree in marketing, and a Bachelor of Science degree in music business. What's more important is Tim was always there for the community. Whether it was before the pandemic or after the pandemic, we could always reach out to Tim and his full team at the SBA, and they were always there for the community. During the pandemic, while the CARE program and the other programs that the government had kicked off for us, Tim and his whole team were always there for us 24/7. So the community of Houston wants to express our gratitude to you, Tim, for your support. And we are sure we will stay in touch, because the good news is Tim is not leaving Houston. He's turning into an independent business person, and we hope to continue this relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, help us recognize Tim. Will the Mayor and the Council General, Judge George, Sanjay, Rajiv, and Ashok, you join me, please, as we present.
You and me, Barbara.
Can we step forward a little?
All right.
Judge George,
One more remarks. Jeff needs one more. Over here on the left.
3, 2, 1. One more, please. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, guys.
Hello. Oh, so good evening, everyone. Jagdeep asked me to say something briefly, and I will make it brief. I came to Houston 9 years ago because I heard Mayor Charter might become mayor, and I figured I wanted to be here during this time. Anise Parker was mayor when I came. But I want to tell you, one of the very first people I met,
silence, please.
I met 2 people when I came here. I met Dr. Kumawala, but I also met Jagdeep shortly after I moved here, and I have to tell you about that meeting. I go to see Jagdeep. I've never met him before. I was still learning how to pronounce his name. And we sat down, and Jagdeep said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have events, and you're going to be there. We're going to do these things, and you're going to come support us. And how do you like that? And I said, absolutely. And if you know Jagdeep, you know this is true. And we have worked, I think, quite a bit to try to support as much as we can. We have an outstanding relationship. Everyone at the SBA loves working with Jagdeep in the chamber. We love to support everything to do with supporting all the amazing small businesses here in this business, rather in this room, and I'm delighted to have been a part of it. With that, that's all I have to say. I'm going to turn it back to Jagdeep to continue the program.
Thank you very much. It's now my privilege to welcome somebody I call the father of diversity in Houston. We've known Richard Hubner all these years. Everybody knows Richard Hubner, and everybody knows how many companies he has built and helped grow. Julie is a living example. He trained her on how to do business with large corporations, and today she is a super success. And I think she said she's going to give us a big donation next year for our wedding. We were very humbly accepted. But we have always counted on Dick Hubner. He has been the driving force behind what the HMSTC has grown to be. Ingrid's doing a great job moving forward with what you left behind, but you were the foundation on which it was built. Dick Hubner responded to a blind ad in the Wall Street Journal in 1985 that proved to be a perfect match for his skill set and his heart. After acing the job interview, he found himself the new president of the Houston Minority Supplier Development Council. The job was not an easy task. After all, it was an era when the idea of supplier diversity was often an afterthought in corporate America. However, Hubner was up for the challenge. The new job, he said, combined my passion for serving underprivileged communities with my business background and association management skills. I agreed to take it up for 4 years, and now 31 years later, he stepped down, saying that this is what I had always wanted to do. Mayor Sylvester Turner has said about him, Richard Hubner has been a tireless Houston advocate for minority businesses when it comes to building their companies. His passion for connecting large companies with up-and-coming business owners is well known throughout the country. We will miss his presence as he retires as the head of HMSTC. This was said when he retired, but we are glad he will still be a valuable part of our Houston community. Under Hubner's leadership, HMSTC had grown from 46 member corporations to 178, and from about 100 minority and women-owned businesses to over 700 minority-owned firms. Jules Smith, the manager of supplier diversity at Centerpoint Energy, said Hubner's contribution to supplier diversity has made an impact nationwide. He is more than a legend, he is more than an icon. She said he is more than the godfather regarding supplier diversity in the greater Houston area. He has shaped and molded and been the force behind meaningful impact that advances minority, women, and small business opportunities in Houston and across the nation, she added. He was the chairman of Leadership Houston. He was the reason I was invited to join ALF. I still think I don't deserve to have been in that program, but he nominated me and I was able to be there. But he is a man everyone in this room loves and admires. It's my honor and privilege to invite the team to come and help us honor. And a few words, please.
Well, good evening. I assure you that the introduction is going to be longer than my remarks. I can't tell you how important, how significant this recognition is to me. One, because it comes from my great friend Jagdeep and this phenomenal organization, the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. And two, that I get to share it with two deep friends, Mayor Sylvester Turner and Director Tim Jeffcoat, who have just been a phenomenal job. When I look up them, I believe I pale in comparison. The Indo-American Chamber is so key to advancing the prominence and the respect of the Indo-American community. When I first came to Houston, we have a lot of communities, a lot of very diverse town, but you had a hard time finding the Indo-American community. And so they really didn't have much voice at the table. In fact, you may recall when now Commissioner Rodney Ellis was in the state legislature, he, on a whim, put together, standing at the podium, a supplier diversity or minority business development program for the state of Texas. But he omitted the Indo-American community. Not because he intended to, but because you were invisible, right? Such a prominent community, but so invisible with no voice. And I credit Jadip, I credit the past chairs and boards of this organization for raising your visibility and for commanding a voice and for doing it so well. We all are a whole lot better because of you. You have enriched my life to be able to experience, to make dear friends for so many years, and to experience better the Indian culture, which is just a real treat, and to just celebrate your success. You've had such an effect on me. You've enriched my life, and I hope that because of that, I've been better off to serve as a blessing to others. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I do want to point out that the Chamber is all about business, and we are proud to state that today we have an international investor in the room, Bharat from Triveni Turbines in from India. They are seriously exploring an investment in our region. So if anybody has any guidance, you're welcome to go and talk to Bharat. Will you step forward, Bharat? Triveni Tribunes is a major corporation in India, and they are setting up a repair and manufacturing facility in our region. And they were in the partnership yesterday in a meeting. So they are looking for guidance, advice. We have connected them to several people, and we hope to be part of the group that helps them succeed, because it's all about helping business. That's the reason the Chamber exists. We are not the Rotary Club. I do have a lot of friends from my Rotary Club here. We are a business organization. And again, we are very honored and privileged that the mayor, in the winding up weeks of his term with us, makes the time for the Chamber, because we know how valuable your time is. There's a lot of unfinished business that he wants to finish before he hands over charge. But the mayor, we were honored when you delayed your departure to Africa to attend our gala, as did the Consul General move his trip to Houston a week ahead to be with us. So that makes the Chamber feel we are relevant. Everybody in this room is an important member of the community of the Chamber. Everybody is a connection you need to make. And the Chamber very deliberately cross-pollinates the community. Because even if we had 10,000 members, which we don't, in 24 years, you would know everybody. But by deliberately inviting other organizations, other representatives from other chambers or associations, we cross-pollinate, because you never know where business can arise. At the end of the day, we are a business chamber. We are entering our 25th anniversary, January of next year. There will be a monthly program focused on small business. In January, we have the US Commercial Service talking about exports. We'll be inviting the SBA back. We'll be inviting SCORE back. We'll be inviting all the other agencies one by one to come and talk to the community. And when I say the community, we are an inclusive chamber. We just call ourselves the Indo-American Chamber to give you the India advantage. But everybody who is interested in our mission, which is economic empowerment of our local community, is welcome to our events. Many of them, like today, are by invitation and are free. Many of them will be paid events in the coming months. We welcome your membership. You can go to our website, IACCGH.com. With that, we come to the end of the program. I just want to thank everybody who was here today to join us. Bhavna does have a couple of slides to play once again to thank our partner organizations, our media partners, and every one of you for being here today. Let the party begin. We have the space for another 1 hour. Enjoy yourselves. In the back of your name tag, there is a ticket for the first drink. The first drink is on us, and then there's a cash bar. So please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming, and thank you, Mayor, Consul General, Dick Hubner, and Tim Jeffcoat, Jean Wu, Jay Guerrero. We also have Mr. Gutierrez from Lizzie Fletcher's office. Will you step forward? Spencer, a good friend of the community. He's always there for us. Spencer Gutierrez from Lizzie Fletcher's office. She happens to be my congresswoman, so I'm very proud of you. Thank you very much.